What's up, guys? Welcome to Box to Box Football. And yeah, I'm back with Jack, and we're going to talk about the champions of Europe, Chelsea. And yeah, they are champions in Europe, but in the
Right,
domestic,
very quickly, James.
yeah,
I'm not trying to call out Chelsea fans too much here. Can you guys find like any other chant you like? Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that, or Champions of Europe, we know what we are. Get over it. Like, find anything else to chant about. It's 2022 now. Like, come on.
well,
Sorry,
Jack,
that's just a bit of a bugbear for me.
Jack is absolutely shooting at the hip right now. But let's talk about Chelsea's
Yeah.
domestic form at this moment in time. And I remember when the season first started, man, people were saying this arguably could be the greatest Premier League team we've ever seen. Them going away to Anfield with 10 men and like still finding the draw, winning at the Emirates, winning at Tottenham. They looked unstoppable. They finally brought in the striker that they needed to take them over the edge, signing Romelu Lukaku, and it looked like Chelsea were going to challenge Man City and Liverpool to the Premier League title. But in the last 7 games, Jack, it hasn't looked like that. Chelsea have one win in the last 7 games, and they've really fallen off the edge, and they are 12 points off Man City, and Man City even have a game in hand. Now, we have to look at the big picture right now, Jack. There is a man that runs Chelsea that does not accept anything but success here. And the man that's in charge of Chelsea right now has brought them success previously. But Roman Abramovich always wants success then and now. And Chelsea have underperformed this year. Is Thomas Tuchel in danger, Jack, of being sacked?
Yeah. And I'll tell you why. Because he's Chelsea manager, James. And like the day after he won the Champions League, I think the man was potentially in danger. Now, we know what happened with Roberto Di Matteo. I still think that was probably a little bit of a shock, right, going forward. So to me, I think Thomas Tuchel's always in danger despite his successes. We know the culture at Chelsea, and this is ground that you and I have covered before. If you're not good enough, you get thrown out the door. They're very much, what have you done for me lately, football club. They don't care about what you've done for me historically. We've seen that with somebody like Jose Mourinho. They only want to know what you're doing for me in the recent past, right now, and going on into the future. So, yeah, I think he is in danger. I think that the way it works at Chelsea as well is even if you look at the market of available managers, I don't think they'll care if the market is strong at the moment or if the market's weak. It's just next man up. Anybody of notoriety is going to come in. If they get a bump from it, great. If they don't, next man up each time. The one thing I'd ask you about though, James, is you talk about the guy who only demands the best. Were you referring to Tuchel there or Abramovich?
Abramovich, as you can
agreed,
see, Jack.
Totally agreed.
He gave Thomas Tuchel. He seen what Thomas Tuchel did, and that was deliver Chelsea the Champions League, and he looked at it and was like, "Here's a chance for us to grab the bull by the horn and really dominate here." And he gave him the strike he wanted. Now, granted, they were looking for Lewandowski, but Tuchel did say, "I like Lukaku, get him." They got him. The fact that he's not delivering right now, listen, I've seen Chelsea managers get sacked for even less than what Thomas Tuchel
James, you and me
is
both.
like doing right now. So I don't even think personally, do I think Chelsea should sack Thomas Tuchel? No. But it's something that what Roman Abramovich is like. Like, listen, to me, is a successful season for Chelsea again, getting top 4, winning a League Cup and maybe going a little bit far in the Champions League. For what Roman Abramovich wants, I don't think that is going to be enough for him, and that to me is where the problem lies.
No, and again, James, I think another thing I'll mention, we talk about the massive changes at Chelsea in the last 18 months, 2 years, with a lot of turnover of big names and big players. We're about to go through another kind of cull here pretty soon. Andreas Christensen probably out the door. Antonio Rudiger probably out the door. Thiago Silva not getting any younger. It's basically an entire defensive line that's going to be needing to be replaced there. especially if they, play a back three. You're basically going to need to replace three centre backs there. Now, Malang Sarr played, we've seen Trevor Chalobah, but there's some changes in the offing here. And we know what modern football is. There's a lot of potentially playing out from the back. Now, is Thomas Tuchel going to be your guy? Is he going to be the one who oversees the recruitment of these defenders? So it might be the time for kind of a new guy to come in. And James, just one other point before you go. I think my thoughts on this. I maybe this is controversial. I don't know. I still think that Thomas Tuchel won the Champions League off the back of a lot of hard work from Frank Lampard in a very trying time that he had at Chelsea with the transfer ban, bringing through the likes of a Mason Mount, this kind of thing. So for me, do I think Tuchel has been the main reason why Chelsea have been so successful? I'd say probably no. So I think if he does go, I don't know how much of a loss it's going to be for Chelsea, because James, the machine keeps on turning. To quote my guy CM Punk, just a spoke on the wheel. The wheel's going to keep on turning, right? Listen, and Thomas Tuchel is a spoke on the wheel.
Definitely. And the biggest thing for me, and like the biggest thing for Thomas Tuchel that's causing him, to me, the biggest problem is Romelu Lukaku. Now, right. I mentioned at the start of this video how
lightning rod,
that was Thomas Tuchel's guy. I'm actually not quite sure it was Thomas Tuchel's guy, because if it was your guy, I feel like Thomas Tuchel would support Lukaku more than he is already. Now, I'm not saying that Thomas Tuchel didn't like Lukaku and didn't want him, but I don't think when they said we're getting Romelu Lukaku, Thomas Tuchel's like, yeah, we got it. We like this is my guy. I don't think so. And
James,
I can
show me where Thomas Tuchel has successfully managed a player of Lukaku's style and type. Now, you're probably going to say there's not many out there like Lukaku. Nobody's like Lukaku, and I'd probably agree with you. But even stylistically, show me a single time that Thomas Tuchel's managed a striker of Lukaku's ilk in terms of his play style and stuff and been successful, because I can't name one. PSG, Dortmund, it's not been there.
Jack, I look at, for instance, how Chelsea were successful last year, and it was playing off Timo Werner. What's it called again? Timo Werner playing in behind and really stretching teams. I'm not saying Lukaku doesn't do that, but Lukaku's a striker who wants the ball to feet a little bit more, who wants to get involved. And the biggest problem
is that, to a midfielder or a wing back, right?
I was seeing conversations with Ziyech, and you can clearly see Lukaku's frustration on the way he wants the ball to be played, and it isn't getting played to him. Now, I'm not saying Thomas Tuchel isn't saying guys don't play into him, but it looks like the way Thomas Tuchel wants his team to play, it isn't quite working for Romelu Lukaku. And I just feel like if Thomas Tuchel really wanted to do that, I don't think Romelu Lukaku would be in a starting 11, and that, James, to me, may cause a problem long term, because Chelsea going to be like, okay, this guy delivered us a Champions League, but we made a big investment on this guy. We might have to choose one. And that's where, to me, it may go at a time,
Well, James, there's more money invested in Lukaku than Tuchel, right? No questions asked on that one. To move one or the other on, we all know that moving Tuchel on is going to be easier and cheaper than moving Lukaku on. My real question, James, I think would be that, are we talking about the strength being in Lukaku's corner at this point? Does Lukaku just have to wait out Thomas Tuchel to find his success at Chelsea? I think we've talked about this before. I looked at Timo Werner and Lukaku, and I thought, I looked at Timo Werner and I thought, there's Lautaro Martinez. And I looked at Reece James and I thought, hey, there's Achraf Hakimi. And I looked at, I don't know, like a Brozovic, and I thought, oh, hey, there's Mateo Kovacic, right? And then, sorry, I got those two the wrong way. But you can see the semblance of a replication of that fantastic Inter team under Conte at Chelsea at the moment. And that's what I thought was going to happen, hands down. I don't think you make an investment like that without trying to basically adopt what Inter Milan had done and been so successful, in Serie A with Lukaku as the MVP of that league that year. To me, that's not happened. And we know that Lukaku is not the centerpiece. I wonder if there's a little bit from Lukaku of thinking, if I just wait out you, Thomas Tuchel, whoever's going to come in next, be it an Italian manager, be it this, be it that, who knows, maybe I can then actually get what I want, which is coming back to Chelsea and being that guy, proving the doubters wrong, coming back to a place that got rid of me 3-4 times, and then proving that I'm the man.
I remember seeing this thing at the start of the season. I think every every 3 or 4 years, Chelsea always go on to win the league, and I think they were already due one. You know, when people used to do the maths and everything
Yeah.
like that. But it doesn't look like this at this moment of time. Chelsea have been underperforming lately. Could they salvage it with a Champions League? We never know, guys. But Chelsea fans, tell me what you think right now. Is Thomas Tuchel in danger of losing his job? And are you going to go through this whole roller coaster while with a new manager? What's happening with this Romelu Lukaku
You're used
situation?
to it
Also,
now, though.
they are definitely used to it, and also the system, guys. Let us know, guys. Comment down below. Thanks for watching. This is Box to Box Football, and we will see you next time.